All right, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. It is Saturday, June 3rd, 2023, and we are so glad that you are with us. And let's see. Okay, we'll do that. And I keep forgetting the ads come on, so they interrupt. Okay, I don't know what just happened. The flow. Oh no. All right, here we are. Now we're set and ready to roll. Welcome, everybody. Saturday, June 3rd, 2023. It is time for, as you can see right here, the AMAs. Ask Me Anything with Robert Hollis. And yeah, we've got such a great thing going on today where you get to ask any question of a gentleman who is a certified millionaire and who has also certified in helping 67 people become millionaires. And what he wants to do is help more become millionaires. He wants to help you. That's right, you become a millionaire. Or at least become better than where you are right now. Because you know what? Yes, millionaire is a great goal, but it's all about you becoming a better you. And, that's all I can say. Really, you becoming a better you. It makes sense. It helps you, and it helps because if it helps you and you help others, it spreads the word. So that is what this is all about. So if you'd like to ask a question of Robert, okay. In fact, I'm going to put the information here into the chat in Zoom. Okay, very simple. You can either post the question in the chat section, and we will read it for you on your behalf. Those of you that are watching on YouTube, same thing. Post your question in the chat, and we will read it on your behalf. Or, as many people are now doing in Zoom, they are raising their hands, getting ready to ask Robert a question. For those of you in Zoom, it's very simple. Put your cursor in the middle of the screen. Then you go ahead on the bottom of the page. There's a button that says reactions. Click on that reactions button and then click on raise hand, and we will call on you. You'll be put into a queue, and we will call on you in the order in which we receive your hand raised. 4 people already have their hands up. John, Bill, Jodie, Lisa Marie. So we've got a great start for today in addition to the gentleman who I am going to give you to right now. Well, in just a moment. Those of you watching on YouTube, please don't forget to like our video, share our video, and subscribe to our channel. Very easy to do. Hit that subscribe button and then hit the bell next to the subscribe button so we notify you So we notify you where or when we're going live and when new video gets uploaded. And plus, I do have to say a welcome to Vicente Santos, who joined our inner circle. So Vicente, thank you so very much for becoming part of our Inner Circle family. And it's very easy to do. If you look at the very bottom of this screen, there's a button that says join if you're watching us on YouTube. Click on that button. That's how simple it is. If you don't see it there, that's okay. Go to roberthollis.com/join. It's in the description in the YouTube video below, or we'll put the link here in the chat for Zoom so you can find it. Please join us. There's going to be a lot of great things that we are going to do that are more focused, more centered about helping you make some breakthroughs to become a better you. And then before, again, I finally get to introduce him, Corky, Kinter, Santa, Corky, bless you. Thank you for donating for the super chat. And if you want to help us with the super chat, very simple. And all donations made in the super chat will go to charitable organizations that Robert is involved with. It's very simple. On the bottom of the YouTube chat, there is a $sign button. Click on that and you're donated, and we will acknowledge you during the broadcast. So thank you so very, very much. We appreciate you. We love you. And now, I'd like to get this going. The gentleman that I'm going to introduce to you is an amazing man. And he has helped 67 people become millionaires. And he not only wants to help those people, but he wants to help you. So, without further ado, let's get started with this Ask Me Anything, the AMA Zing, Mr. Robert Hollis.
Thank you so much, Craig, the hostess with the mostest. Always do an incredible intro. Hello, everyone. It's so great to be on here with you. And I love and appreciate you. And thank you to all the super chatters, all the inner circle people. This is, really my openness to the world, that can ask me anything. And I think the only thing that I want to say to each and every one of you is that we're hearing about all the stuff that's happening in the world, and I've been like just immersed in listening to the smartest people on the planet talk about AI, and it's just it's so cool to actually listen to the optimistic side. So we're bombarded in the world by all negative stuff. We're going to be in a war and pandemic, and we get through that, and climate change, all of this stuff, and now they got to, throw the government, they're not going to pay us. And then, they got to throw the AI that's going to kill us all, like in Terminator. It's amazing to me that there's this group of people out there that don't think that way. Right. And one of the ideas that I just want to give you guys, I always love when someone comes up with something and they say it, and it gets me to have an aha. So I thought I would share that aha with you today. And one of the things that they were talking about, I've never heard the statistic, but when we heard, oh my God, when the internet came out and stuff, and then you got eBay and you got Craigslist and you got all of this stuff. Do you guys realize from the time that the internet started, it allowed the world to collect data on everything? So when eBay came out and Craigslist came out, there was always this thing with the internet coming out is, oh my God, what if someone uses this for evil? What if something uses this to defraud people and steal from them and do all this stuff? And guess what? That happens. But now that we got data of eBay, like someone, and we always hear that someone bought, a brand new iPhone for $500. And when they got it, they opened it up and it was the box. And so then the person that sold it to them said, I only showed you the picture of the box, not the iPhone. It's not my fault you paid $500 for it. So now, with all this data that they have here, please listen to this number, because this is the world that I live in. For every one bad act that's been done on the internet, eBay, Craigslist, all the places where everyone, drones. How many people know when drones came out? Oh my God, someone's going to strap C4 to it and they're going to start blowing up people, right? So we always got this negative thought that we do. And the reason that you have negative thoughts is because your reptile mind is going, I need to protect myself and my family. See, so people always think, I have bad thoughts, I have negative thoughts. It's just your mind going, I hope this doesn't go in a bad place. So listen to this statistics, because I kept data. For every one bad thing that happens, 8,000 people plus do good things. All right. But we don't hear about them. The world is not focused on the 8,000 people that are doing something good with the internet, that are doing good with programs, that are doing good with education, doing great with hope and inspiration. You see what I mean? No, they got to focus on, it's funny, my mind locked up because I don't want to say any of the negative stuff. Every one of you are already aware of this. So regardless of what you believe about AI or not, the thing that they said that I'll leave you guys with is as AI comes out and someone figures out how to use AI for bad, there's 8,000 positive people that are launching back at it. So let's just take a bad scenario, not the worst case. So someone programs AI to take down the electrical grid. There's going to be 8,000 people that are going to now ask AI to never allow that to happen again. Are you guys hearing what I'm saying? So, in my lifetime, it just seems like crime is getting worse and worse and worse. But, they only talk about these isolated crime instances. They're not talking about all the people like us and people that we know that are doing good for mankind every day. That we want to help. Corky, thank you for donating. All the super chatters, thank you so much for donating, and all the inner circle. It's like we're going to create a movement of good. And it will consistently, DD's trying to do the IC. And it's like, I want you to share with you the hope and the inspiration of the things that are going to happen. And let me tell you one place that I sent Matt a deal today. I bet I put that in the Hollis family because it's all of us. Abundance is not about a life of luxury for everybody. It's about a life of possibilities. So we always talk about envision when I talk about and the inner circle breakthroughs, right? What is the ultimate vision? Is it really possible to have no disease? Is it possible to have no need for money? What if you didn't need a job and you didn't need money? There's no disease. They figured out how to make electricity for free, so we don't have to pay utility bills. Don't have to worry about money. Everyone's fed. Everyone's got clean water. Everyone has a roof over their head. Now what? So anything that you can think of that's a hindrance was built off a model of capitalism, which is the thought of money. What if money was eliminated? Well, now you have something within you that wants yourself to grow, whether you guys like this or not. You can only be lazy for so long, and your mind says, I need to go do something. If it's like, I haven't showered for 3 days, I at least got to take a shower. Maybe some of you are good to have a spouse like mine that says it's time to take a shower. You know what I mean? It is like you're starting to stink, right? But there's all these things where we finally get to a place, I'm just not going to eat the same sandwich and potato chips every day. If you really look at yourself, there's only so long that you can just be lazy and not want to do anything before you decide that you're going to do something. So when you think about your progress and your growth, what if the only obsession was on how to have more fun and how to play more? Wow. So all of this stuff is stretching my mind, because I don't know how long this is going to take, but my biggest goal is to help 25,000 orphans, 25,000 kids that don't have parents. What if AI beats me to it? Just let that get in your head. Bing. Our whole planet is covered with water. AI will figure out how to turn seawater into fresh, pure water for people to drink. No one's ever not got bad water again. Food, not a problem. Housing, not a problem. Energy's free. So if you got plenty of food to eat, nutritious food to eat, clean water, a place to be safe, a house is just not some place to have, it's a place to keep you safe. Now what? Now we're trying to figure out what kind of experiences do we want to experience that are moments that will take our breath away. So I'm just sharing this with you guys because I'm listening to, and I'm one of those people. I know I'm a 1%er, and 1%ers love challenge. They love everything. I will share one other story they said. And I think they said it was an Alfred Hitchcock deal. So just imagine again, the vision inspires success in others now, is people don't believe in this Ethiopia world. Am I saying it correctly?
Utopia?
There you go. All right. The best thing that you could think of ever, right? Do you guys realize that the first jobs that are really going to be replaced by AI is lawyers, doctors, and teachers? They said in the future, there's no way a doctor will be able to diagnose what's wrong with a person without AI. Because how many of you know people, if not yourself, where you know things are not right with you, and then you go to the doctor and they make you pay for all these tests, and then they come back and say, I don't know what it is. Those days are gone. So there's a website that this guy has. It's called fortunelife.com, fountainlife.com. And he's going to have clinics that you can go in, and instead of paying insurance and then trying to get them to pay for the catastrophic thing that happened to you after you've been paying in, you'll pay these people and they'll do all kinds of scans and tests on you using artificial intelligence. Then they know exactly what's wrong with you, and they prevent the disease from happening. They prevent the heart happening. They prevent all the stuff that would ever happen to you. They prevent it before it happens. Would anyone pay for that? You just don't have to go through this stuff, right? And so here's how crazy the world can be and why you shouldn't have to worry about it. I wanted to give you hope on this, right? So there was this movie, I guess the story goes, is this guy, sort of has the 3 wishes, that he could have anything. And, apologize, I'm just telling the story. But this guy goes, I would like to live in Vegas and I never lose. I'm going to gamble like crazy and never, ever, ever lose. And then I want every woman in the world to find me irresistible. Okay? And I want to live forever. You guys got this? So he goes to Vegas, and it's not too long. Because isn't it the classic, guys get joked on this all the time, is that, guys want sex all the time? What if it was available all the time? Isn't it a weird thought where you just looked at the opposite? So, all right, I got other things to do than sex. I'll go gamble. Wins. And because he never loses, he can buy anything he wants. You guys follow me? And so all of a sudden, he becomes very miserable. Because all the things that made him feel alive is the things that he wanted to chase. Now there's no longer a challenge. Every woman wants him. He now doesn't have to worry about what he eats or drink because he's never going to die. And he can't lose. So he lost the concept of living because there wasn't any struggle or any challenge. Is that deep? So we got in our mind, oh, this is what I want. What if you had it? So I just shared that with you guys for the first couple of minutes here because I just wanted to go. It's forcing me to dream bigger than I'm dreaming. It really is making me dream further. Because one of the last things, I keep saying one of the last things because it's just so fascinating, is he says, do you guys know there's sharks that are on this planet that they've done tests on and they're over 500 years old? There's whales that are over 200 years old. Well, now if we can use the data and AI figures out, now we have longevity. Now we could live for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years. You're going to have to try to find something else that gives you gratification and a sense of living, a sense of life. And then I thought, well, those are going to be my new goals, is how many people I can get in that mindset, because most people are just trying to chase money because they got a job trying to pay their bills. This is just a couple of layers above that. Do you know what I'm talking about? Because I've been blessed to be in some places where some of the stuff we're talking about, I've always been able to make enough money to take care of me and my family. That's just like nothing to me. So now to challenge myself to help 25,000 orphans, or just make sure that every child has a safe place and a community where they feel loved and encouraged. I got plenty of food, plenty of water. It's like all of a sudden 25,000 sounds so small. These guys are thinking about a child never, ever has disease and is hungry and feels not safe. That's like, okay. So thank you for going on my little trip.
I love you talking about AI more, Dad. You know, I think a lot of people get benefit out of it because a lot of people really have heard a lot about AI from the news. And when you have something showing up that eventually is not only going to be your competitor, but your downfall, it's a good idea to talk shit about it, right? To the American people and to people in general, to outlaw it or to ban it or to slow it down because of fear that it will do wrong like science fiction. It's not going to do wrong like science fiction. If you ask any expert, anyone outside of the people that are trying to compete with where AI is going,
knows that it's going to take their control away, their manipulation away, and constantly
it's idealistic. Yeah, it's idealistic thinking of living on a model that's not capitalism. But I love to say when people think, well, that's impossible. We used to all live under monarchies for thousands of years. You couldn't own property without it actually being owned by the king or the queen at the time. It was given to you. So for thousands of years, people went, oh, this is how it's done. And then a group of people showed up and said, no, I think we should have democracy. And I think we should have, I want to own my own things. And that model won the world. We and a few other countries adopted that model and it rules the world now. So thinking about having a new model out there is a little different for human beings, myself included. And my dad brought up, you know, the fact that, you know, if you had all your worries and thoughts taken away, this is actually something that's played out in the original Matrix movie, right? There's a moment where Agent Smith says, we tried to create a simulation. The AI tried to create a simulation that was a utopia that had no worries, no problems, no issues. And human beings manufactured their own in their heads and ruined it. So there's something in us instinctively that needs opposition, that needs that. And when you accept that in your life, that is part of it, and that there's never going to be a time where that doesn't exist, because without that, you lack the movement to change. You know, like I think accepting that is kind of stoic, of course. It's like, yeah, life is good and it's bad. And the bad makes the good better and the good makes the bad better. So it's that interchanging of ups and downs like waves that you ride through your life. And I know all of us have been through that. That's the relatable thing, right? That's why you can watch a movie or a story and go, wow, I relate with that. Whether it's about love, whether it's about poverty to success or anything like that. We all connect with that story of struggle. And every good story has struggle. You can't write a good story without opposition and struggle. You have to have it in there. And that's because we just love to watch people overcome adversity.
Amen.
Ourselves included. It's why we watch sports. It's why we watch movies and television. It's why we read
Run,
books.
Forrest, run.
And it's also why we're here too. Like we all show up here to watch people like John or Bill or Lisa, Marie, or anyone else here overcome the mental blocks that they have that are supposed to be there for you to move and to grow. They are there for a reason. And the longer you struggle with them, the more it's going to get worse. And the more your mind is going to go, you have to do something about this eventually. It's just the way that we're wired. So that's all I have to share. Excellent point, Dad. Love hearing you talk about this stuff. I'm a huge advocate for AI. I think it's going to help all of us quite a bit. We'll go through some struggles with it. There's a large group of people, like I said, that don't want it to exist. And we're hoping that it wouldn't exist in their lifetimes. And I know in the last 6 to 8 months, it seems like it went from, hey, we're all talking about NFTs and cryptocurrency and the multiverse or the metaverse and everything. And all those things will still exist and they might play a part. But going back to like, oh, we might have this utopic model where artificial intelligence kind of makes a lot of things obsolete. When you think about the stock market, there's already a large amount of AI involved in bidding and selling in the stock market that you don't have the ability to use that wealthy people do. And they make trades in milliseconds and they can change the market in milliseconds. So when an AI exists that we all can use that can do that, doesn't it kind of make the stock market obsolete? How can you compete?
Yeah.
There's no competition when the AI is competing against itself. So it kind of makes it redundant to do. And that's going to be a lot of models. When you think of a company growth, there's going to be companies that are anti-AI and they're like, no, we're gonna keep human labor. We're gonna do all these things because they have to enslave everybody. So you have to have the human labor aspect of it. Those companies are going to fail to the companies that utilize AI. They will lose that battle, which means they will eventually have to transition. This happened to all these companies that were anti-internet, anti-social media. You've seen it. Blockbuster doesn't exist anymore because they didn't transition to the internet.
Kodak,
right. Digital film. So most films are shot digitally nowadays. So sorry about my dogs. I appreciate you guys. They're playing back here, but thanks for letting me share. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Matthew. Give Matthew a hand. That's great. And Craig, if you wanted to throw anything in before we start going to ask me anything,
no, I mean, it's just, it's exciting. On the topic of the AI, it's exciting what's happening.
Yep.
It is very exciting. And yet I understand how people feel when it comes to, it can be a little bit scary.
Right.
And it's a matter of balance. We just got to make sure that that balance is there. And, I mean, if we look at the change that has occurred just even over, the last, let's say, 8 years, politics, crypto, like you've said, AI, computers, technology. Look at what we're using right now with the internet and Zoom and YouTube and Facebook. I even remember the very first time that I swore I would never, ever, ever use a debit card. And guess what we're using all the time? Cash is slowly falling by the wayside. It's still important to keep, but how simple is it to just whip out a debit card and pay for something and not count out 10, 20, 30, 40, $50 and then handing it to a cashier and then they have to figure out how much changed. it was funny the other day. I was actually handing somebody some cash, and they said, and they looked at me. It's like, you mean I have to count back change for a $10 bill?
Yeah.
So it's a matter of moving forward and being here today, taking, like what both Robert and Matt have said, taking what we have today and using it for the betterment of everything. And yes, there will be bad actors, but we just got to keep moving forward with all of the good and the prosperity and abundance that it brings us. So
perfect. Exactly, Craig. I agree. Yeah, I wanted to say too, like with the credit card thing, it's funny because when COVID happened, a lot of people stopped taking cash because of COVID, right? So we either had to use Apple Pay or use our cards and put them in the machines that beep to tell us to take our cards out. Thank God now Apple Pay exists, at least where I am, almost everywhere. So I just use my phone. I don't even have to put my card in. I remember a bunch of people saying they're like, this is how they're getting us all off cash so they can track every transaction we did. And it's like, no, I think cash is a pretty dumb and old model that we're still using, right? You can lose cash. It's not like someone can't hack your bank account, but there's a lot of things involved with that, stopping that from happening. But man, I never carry cash. When I have to tip for valet or something like that, they have Cash App and I tip through Cash App. I just scan their QR code, send them the money, and that's it. So where I live in California, not a lot of people take cash anymore. And some people might think that's pretty crazy, but I think it's an inevitability. So yeah, it's like, okay, I love having to not touch that dirty machine that everybody touches. So I'm OCD. So.
Matt, that's funny. Thanks, Matt. Okay. I always appreciate your input.
Thank you, Craig.
Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you, Robert. Thank you, Matthew. Appreciate you guys. Love you guys. And I also want to give it out to Bill Shoemaker, who put in a super chat.
Bill, I love you, man. You're just so awesome. The kids thank you. The kids thank you. The kids thank you.
Thank you guys so very much for supporting. Really, really a great deal. So we've got Jodie, John, Bill, and Lisa with their hands up. Now, I know, okay, I'm going to make an explanation here. I know that John, it was first.
Yes.
John, will you please forgive me in this, because Jodie mentioned that she does need to go because apparently there's thunderstorms and things like that. We don't know how long we're going to have her. So if we can go ahead and push her to the front, beautiful. Thank you so very much, John. Appreciate that, and appreciate everybody on this. Jodie, Falcon, go ahead, unmute yourself, and please share.
Hey, everybody. Wow, what a rush to see my name, Jodie Falcon. Wow. Oh, my God. I'm telling you, I'm still in the chrysalis stage of this transformation. I think it was Wednesday. I was checking my, what is it called? Analytics on my YouTube channel. Oh, excuse my hair. Been exercising. So, and I looked at it and I went, oh, is that all of subscribers? So, I just put my phone down and I just sat and relaxed and created a quiet mind. And in a few minutes, the words dancing in my head are, ask and you'll have more. And then I said to myself, ask what? Ask what? Just ask and you'll have more. So I made a post on Facebook, I think it was late Wednesday, with my YouTube link and just a little blah, blah, blah. Of course, it was a picture of me and Luna. And, we're starting this YouTube channel, but I can't go live until I have 50 subscribers. So the next morning, Thursday, I wake up and I have 25 subscribers. And then, so yesterday I checked and I'm up to 40. So, oh my God in heaven, that stuff really works. Quiet the mind. And then the messages, the direction comes. Anyway, I'm so excited. So here is today. And this is my 91st day of the 100 challenge
Wow.
of the
Way to
God
go.
Memorandum. And I'm so excited because I'll have it done before Nashville. But anyway, so all this week, Robert, on page 101,
Okay.
you keep popping up. Be patient with your progress. Count your blessings with gratitude. Proclaim your rarity with pride. Go the extra mile, and then another. Robert, how are you patient with your progress?
I'm patient with my progress because I don't have unrealistic expectations.
Hmm.
I no longer set myself up to feel bad because I have to do something a certain time. So the whole concept of patience is you trying to control the uncontrollable.
Wow. Okay.
And so when we get frustrated or we get upset or we do our overthinking or procrastination or whatever, when we get into that mode, it's us trying to, instead of daydreaming, being happy, full of joy, trying to go through the most experience that we can have with our future moving forward. We're focusing on why isn't this happening faster? And it stills the joy. So I watched you do both. You talked about, oh, I'm going to do a live. Oh, I can't until I get 50 subscribers. All right. So now I'm going to focus on subscribers. And then all of a sudden it's like, it's really not happening. And then all of a sudden you started giving us praise reports. Then I have 25. Now I have 40. You know, so Craig and Matt and I are all leading by example, right? And it's just crazy that if you, my deal is I want to give hope and inspiration to the people that need it. I keep trying to clarify, what am I doing, right? And I just know there needs to be more love, more hope, and more inspiration in this world. And so I got to lead that example. So patience is very simply knowing that I don't need to be in control of what's happening. And I got to give all the glory and the excitement of it happening. So now it just happens when it's supposed to happen. And I stay in this mode of being blown away and in awe and like, oh, that we're going to go there. And one day it's going to have 100,000 subscribers. And one day it's going to have 1 million subscribers. And one day it's going to have 2 million subscribers. And it's just this constant look at the future and the celebrations and the people that I'm going to be able to help by doing that. Yeah, it's like almost sometimes a couple times a day, you guys. I post with Craig and Matthew, and I don't mind sharing this with you guys. But how many of you know that I can't help myself with documentation beats conversation? Do you guys notice that it's just who I am? And so to see this right here where it says up more than usual, $539 more than usual. And then I get to watch the subscribers go up, and then I get to watch the views go up. And it's like if I post more videos in a day, I get more rewarded. And I'm just the kind of guy that just loves seeing results.
Yeah.
So I'm focused on the results and doing more videos and adding more videos and coming up with more creative ways. And some of those things have been because Craig is doing micro content for me and in this movement. So that micro content is showing up on other social medias. But what we're doing is we're learning from the best. And then what we do is we don't think about it, contemplate, to consider, to evaluate, go home, talk to my parakeet or dog. You know, it's like, learn it, do it, learn it, do it, learn it, do it, learn it, do it. And so I know as long as my heart's right and the cash flow that comes in is going to go to help others, I just need to step into that I need to step into that bigger picture, to that, you know, to do it more. So that's how I'm patient. It's funny, you know, Craig, I watch Craig because he goes through this, you know, when we're doing the inner circle, and it cut Bill Shoemaker off. And you know, and all of a sudden, you know, Craig goes into a panic mode because he immediately was going, I need to take care of this. I need to fix this. It's not recording. It stopped at a minute, an hour and 57 minutes. And so, you know, he was really in a deal. And then he goes through his common self, where then he jumps on Telegram and he apologizes to me and Matt. And me and Matt just are been doing this kind of stuff so long that when some kind of technical glitch happens, it doesn't even tweak me and Matt.
Okay.
We're like, wow, it was live and people lost it. And wow, Craig, I just thought of something, because, you know, Bill brought this up and made me emotional. But if you watch the way I handle technology glitches, watch my speech with Eric Worre that I told everybody about, because I can guarantee you most people would have just went into panic mode right then, and all it would have been doing is trying to put more pressure on the people that already were trying to figure out how to make sure the sound happened in the movie clip. And I let go, let God, and immediately stepped into a moment that's going to be remembered at a seminar forever. It was one of the highlights of me speaking in front of the room, because people all said the opposite. They all said, if that happened to me, I would have been toast.
Wow.
So when you have everybody go, if that happened to me, and all of a sudden the technology stopped, I wouldn't know what to do. And they seen somebody that trusted that everything's going to be okay, just step into the moment.
Thank you.
That's a great question. I love you, Jodie.
Thank
Wow.
you. Oh, and thank you, Craig and Matthew, so much, and everyone who's subscribed. John, Bill, Lisa, you guys are fantastic. Thank you,
Hey,
Kevin.
if you're on here watching this live or recorded, and you don't go to Jodie's YouTube and subscribe, here's the thing. I can go over there and see who's not doing it. So here's how I get people to understand they need to do it. Just do what you would love to have happen to you.
Exactly.
So some of you are going, I wish I could get more likes and more comments, and I just wish people would heart my stuff up, and I wish they would share it, and I wish I would get subscribers, and it's like, but you're not doing it to other people.
Right. And may I ask a favor?
Sure.
If I haven't, whoever with us right now is on YouTube, if I have not become a subscriber, please, you know, in message or however you want to do it, send me your channel, because I want to support you in every way.
Thank you, Jodie.
That I
Thank you,
can.
Jodie. Everyone share their YouTube link in Discord.
In Discord?
Craig, take it away.
I think I missed Discord.
He's going to tell you right now.
Yeah, Discord is a channel that we have. I will post the link in both chats, that is geared to everything that we are doing here, the Robert Hollis community. And it's very easy to go to. It's roberthollis.com/Discord, DISCORD. Okay? Because there's a couple of other channels that are just really weird and they almost sound the same. But that's the one. Again, I will post the link here in both chats so that you can follow us and be a part of our community, not just here, but out in the internet. And yeah, it's going to be a great community where we'll be able to share a ton of stuff. So we would love to have every one of you join us.
And Jodie, you could also be patient and learn this, but just you could go to YouTube and Google, say in there, I want to change my username. and you'd be able to change Mary to Jodie.
Oh, okay.
So
Oh,
you're allowed to change that. Mine used to be Robert Hollis TV because someone else had Robert Hollis, and
okay.
he no longer lives. So now I have Robert Hollis.
Yeah, so
Thank you.
and I did post Jodie's / Mary's YouTube information in both chats as well. So I think let's hope by the end of the day we push her over that 50 mark and she can start doing those lives.
Yeah.
So yeah, please go ahead and go. I think Kevin and Shauna, did I just see you show that you did it? Yes.
Oh, wow.
Fantabulous. That's the whole idea that we are here. We are here to support. We're here to share. And we're here to enjoy what each other, how much of a human becoming and a human doing each one of us are.
Oh, wow.
So thank you. And I'm getting more. I just subscribes. Dee Dee, Mary. I can't tell who the other one was that I just missed. Kai.
Got
So-
45.
Oh, I see.
Got
I
45
see.
subscribers now.
At least, if not more, already. I
Ask
know.
and it is given.
Amen.
Absolutely.
Amen.
Absolutely, positively. So
Thank you so much, everybody.
bless
Thank you, Jodie.
and thank you. All right. And glad that we got everybody, we got you in. And I also would like
Thank you.
to thank Rachelle Volk, who donated to the super chat.
Yay, thank you,
Rachelle.
Rachelle.
Thank you. Thank you very, very much. We appreciate you, and you are amazing. And again, if you want to donate to the super chat, which all of the money goes to organizations that are charitable, that Robert is associated with, click on that button at the very bottom of the chat in YouTube. There's a $sign in a little square. Click on that button and you can donate, and then the proceeds will go to a couple of the organizations that Robert is involved with. And also, if you are watching on YouTube, please hit the like button and the subscribe button, and make sure when you hit the subscribe button that you hit the one with the bell that says you will be notified, so that you know when we're doing things here with our YouTube channel. Thank you very much. Karen Owens, thank you very much. We appreciate that you subscribed, I'm assuming, to Mary / Jodie's channel. And just, again, it's about us supporting each other.
Amen.
All right. So let's go ahead and move right along. We got a couple of more people with our hands up, and let's keep it up going. John Tier, man, thank you so much for your patience on this. And I'm glad that we were able to get Mary in. Go ahead, John, open up and please share with all of us.
Hey, Inner Circle family.
Hello.
How's everybody doing?
Blessed and highly favored and deeply loved. How are you, Mr. Tier?
I'm incredible, but I'll get better.
And before we get going, Mary, thank you. She just donated in the super chat as well.
Oh, thank you very much. Did Jodie send money too?
Well, both personalities did.
There you go. There you go.
Oh my goodness. I heard something about the subscribers here. Now, is that per channel? That you would have to have 50 subscribers per channel before you can go live, or is it just overall? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's different
because
limits for each one.
Yeah, as I do it, as I did it, it was just saying, well, I got to do this. I got to do this. I got to do this, so I know monetizing my channel, I don't know, took like 4 months.
Yeah, because I know I have some subscriber on one channel and I was creating another channel. So you're saying I have to have 50 subscribers on that channel as well before you can go live? Is that what you just said, Matt?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah. And
Okay.
it's different for every platform, but YouTube, I think it's 50. I don't know. I'd have to look up what the exact threshold is where you actually can become like a YouTube partner and get paid from advertising or run ads on your videos and stuff. That might be more than 50. I think it might be 100 or even 1,000.
I think it's 1,000.
I know on TikTok it's 1,000 to go live. So every platform is different, but I would just look into it. And if you need a little boost, just post your
Yeah.
YouTube, and we can subscribe to it. So
So, okay. All right. So that was just one thing I heard that. Robert,
Yes.
so when you did, and you did it actually on at Eric Warrior's thing too. And I've been meaning to ask, how does this translate into our modern world? Because 20 years ago we had the phone where we
Right.
could contact somebody on somebody else's behalf when you had a new affiliate. How does that translate now? When you have, let's say you want to, before, okay, I can call the person for you.
Social media chats.
So what if the person, okay, let's say you got them on social media,
Okay.
and you say to them, then they have to bring the person to social media for you to do the chat with them. Is that what goes on?
Yeah, if they weren't on Facebook, then it would be Telegram. If it wasn't on Telegram, it could be whatever social media that they're on. You know what I mean? So when you really share with someone after you do the theoretical example, right? And they're in peak state of not only seeing that they're going to be making the money, but then you ask them what they're going to spend the money on.
Right.
And then you ask them how that makes them feel. So for people that are listening to me, this is how you dreamcast somebody. This is how you transport them into the future. So John, can you imagine all of a sudden getting a call and you find out that there's a kid in a hospital that doesn't have anyone in the room? And you got everybody that's on a social media, John Tier's old Discord, and it's worldwide, and you're finding the nurses and stuff in these hospitals that are immediately saying, we got a child in need. We got a child in need. Oh my God, this is choking me up right now. And people go, I got it. I got it. I got it. I got it. Don't worry. I got it. I got it. And so as people know where they can go and say this, and now all of a sudden, you see on there, wow, all these children that immediately people are volunteering to go in there and bring them something, and stuffed animal or whatever, and they're doing that. See, when you're doing that, it's like immediately your vision is so far out there. Well, that's what I do with someone when I'm in the theoretical example. So now when I say, now we got to go back and find these two people. So when I give the description of the person, if you had a person on your left and your right that was like that, for everyone, imagine having a Robert Hollis or a Robert Hollis that put a Terry Hollis position in, one on your left and one of your right I mean, my God, you're a super affiliate. You're making over $1 million a year. It happens that fast. So when I tell people that, listen, if your income is $10,000 a month and you need 1,111 people, why don't we find two people that want to make $5,000 a month and they can each put $555? So now I'm trying to get them to understand. So now when I do that thing, hey, would you allow me to contact your person if I contacted them this way? When they finally click and go, I got it, there's two things that happen. One group of people go, now that you told me how to do it, that's so damn simple. I don't mind reaching out to that person.
Right.
Because they thought it was going to be a pitch.
Right.
And instead, hey, I just met my business, John Tier, and the reason I'm reaching out to you is I'm helping him expand a company. And I told him that you were a person that knew some people that we could definitely help in the expansion of this company.
Okay.
See where it switches?
Yeah.
So what I'd like to do, Bill, is if I can connect you in some social media group chat, it honestly, it could be a group chat on text.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But most people use a social media thing like Discord, like Telegram. I know there's a lot of people that are on WhatsApp too. I don't use that, but there's a lot of people that are immediately getting conversations connected. So if I said, listen, Bill, I want to connect you on a group chat with John Tier, not only to introduce you to, but John Tier can give you more inside information on the next steps that you can do.
Okay, I see.
And for some of you that didn't understand anything we said, just watch some of our other videos. So John's just tweaking, right? So
Right.
I did this yesterday, believe it or not, with Rosina and KC. And so as soon as I told them, and they gave me a name, KC said, name is Lisa.
Mhm.
And Rosina said Heidi. So when I told her how I would connect them, they would go, I can do that. I said, yes, you can. And even Rosina said, I haven't talked to Heidi in a while in this time. I said, well, I'm here if you need me. She goes, I don't need you. So that's the goal with the dreamscaping, the feeling of making this stuff happen for me and my family now allows person with a simple way to do it to go after the top chicken list they have.
It's funny because I've actually had people say that to me when I have told them and gone through that process. They say, oh, I can do that myself. Oh, I can do that. I've had people do that, I thought, well, maybe Robert makes it look so simple. His mentor called and he called, but it's the same principle, just a different medium.
Yeah, I know for a fact. I know for a fact if we had smartphones back then, or the social media way to connect, and I don't know if you guys read these statistics, but I love keeping up on this. But there was a time when email used to be so effective and then it died.
Right.
And then it all of a sudden went to text. People had Blackberries. And then all of a sudden that's died. And you'll always will notice when it dies, it's because we were talking about the bad and the good. The bad people figure out how to hijack that technology. So how many of you on here know somebody, if it's not you, that have unread emails?
Yeah.
If you don't, you got them. You're like me, where you actually buy programs to make sure you don't get them. All right. So then everyone moved to text. No, the first one was phones. So are there still a group of people out there that are trying to take advantage of people by calling them on the phone? Then guess what? Everybody went, I'm shutting that down. I mean, we were watching a funny clip last night on a movie, Terry and I, and the phone's ringing and the girl's sitting there with her new boyfriend. He goes, you got a landline? And she goes, yeah. And he goes, then why aren't you picking it up? She says, it's a telemarketer. So people that have landlines, when they're ringing, they won't even pick up the damn phone, right? Are you guys hearing me? All right. Then it went to text. Are any of you right now getting spam texts?
Yeah, I usually just put on my block and just put them on my block list, and then I don't get them anymore.
Hi, Greg. Did you get my gift? I'm going like, oh my God. So see, I'm not the only one. So why do you think people are moving away from that to social media messaging?
It's more control.
You get to go back and forth very, very quickly with the people that mean the most to you. You can do business more effectively that way. You know what I mean? Does that mean that the scammers are still trying to figure out how to get to Messenger? Yeah, they're doing it. It's just not like email and telemarketing phone calls and texts.
Yeah.
So, yeah, right now, John, when you send someone a message on social media, it's like they still have their notifications on. They're still responding within seconds.
Yeah.
So that's why I tell people, figure out how to do a group. And I just here's the other thing, John. When people know that you're there for them, they take action. So my mentor used to tell me, and I can tell all you that are part of my community, you gotta treat me like a rocket launcher. my documentation, my wisdom in this industry, my everything that I've polished my skills on this. Just know that I'm in your pocket. I'm right there in your pocket. And if they ask a stupid question or maybe just a question, hey, listen, I need you to talk to Robert. I need you to Robert gets right back to me. That's a great question for my business partner. Well, how much are you making? Hey, I got to introduce you to my business partner. The more humble you become, the more dangerous you will get by using me.
Yeah, Robert, I rarely get questions these days, but when I do, you've done such a phenomenal job of like answering, questions that I'll just point to a video and send a video.
Yep.
And it'll just answer the question, So
Yeah.
you've really put some things in place that are it's really just simple to say, hey.
My mentor did that for me. And so people go, I want to understand the comp plan. Great. Here's a YouTube video. Bling.
Right.
And what that does is it not only teaches duplication, but it teaches people that they have the answers at their disposal.
I had someone ask me, well, is this MLM? I said, what's kind of a hybrid? I said, it's an affiliate marketing kind of mix. I said, but let me send you a video. I sent that, what is an affiliate video, and they signed up.
Yep. Point guide and direct. John, thank you so much. I could tell that helped you. That helped you. And it still comes back to the same thing, you guys, is when you show somebody how to do something, then they know how to do it. Stop telling them, stop sending them to a bunch of trainings, stop trying to be a coach.
Okay.
Get them results. I love using that analogy of teaching someone to drive.
Thank you, Robert.
When someone has the awareness that they now want to learn how to drive, now they're watching every damn thing you're doing. Another thing that they do, they ask questions about what you're doing. I notice when you stop, you push that button and push it ahead. Yeah, that locks the transmission and the motor. It's called park. It's the safest place for the car to be before you get out. Got it. Now they're just watching you. Pull it out of park, put it in a park. Pull it out of park, put it in a park. Some people never ask about the D and the R because they now pick that up. You see what I mean? It's like, I remember the first time that someone asked me, this is when I was young. You always pull to the center of the white line. And then when you take off, you're always just like almost hitting the curb. And I used to drive semi-truck. I used to carry a construction equipment, and Kevin's laughing his ass off down there. And it's funny that you drive a car like that, Kevin, when you're used to driving your truck all the time. And you're just coming up to the intersection, and I just get all the way over and put my front tire on the white line. And people are going, man, you got a lot of room, Robert, on that left side. Well, I'm used to having a trailer behind me, and I got to make this wide turn so the trailer doesn't take idiots out there going across the walk path. The people that fall too far into the intersection and their truck's trying to make a turn. It's like, so yeah, it's like you learn those little things, and then when you teach people how simple it is, that's when they all of a sudden go, I can do it. Great question, John. I love you, man.
Thank you. Thank you. Love you too, brother.
Great question.
John, thank you so much. This is why these are so amazing. And thank you so much for joining us here on AMA Ask Me Anything with the amazing Robert Hollis. Yeah. 36 years of experience and sharing.
I almost got Dee Dee to fall out of her chair there because like,
oh, she's into this.
Hey, why have you guys ever noticed that there seems to be certain races that are just more expressive than others? Did you guys ever wonder why? Do me a favor and try to visit a black church for me. Okay, or go to a black neighborhood and go to a movie, and because I love hanging around cultures, and I'm the only marshmallow on the hot chocolate, man. It's like, and you're like, what is going on here? Do they have to talk all the way through the whole movie? Really? It's like, man, you don't go to a horror, a scary movie, because, a black person gets out of the car and everyone in the audience, there, and you're like going, and he goes in the garage and they all go, ah, damn. It's like, he didn't listen. It's like, I hope Dee Dee and John and the rest of the beautiful, beautiful chocolate people in the world don't get mad at me for saying. Hey, I'll say one more thing and then we're going to move on. John and Dee Dee, you guys can unmute if you want. When I was talking to Rosina and KC, I did a big training for them. They're getting involved. And I said, do people in the world really understand that when the white people fight for your rights, about being offended, that you're not offended? Has anyone caught on to that?
Yeah.
So it's
Robert, I just typed in, I wouldn't be laughing so hard if what you were saying wasn't true.
Right, exactly.
Especially at the movies.
Exactly.
But you get all these white people with their white privilege that are fighting for black people that are offended. And they're like, I don't care.
Yeah, I find that amazing too. When some people say, well, that was offensive. I'm like, when? You didn't ask me,
So the people that are out there trying to do political correctness are fighting for the rights of people that are just trying to live their life and be happy.
Right.
It's nuts. It's nuts. It's nuts. Thank you, John. Thank you, Dee Dee.
John, Dee Dee, thank you so much.
The only reason I had to pull them on because I knew there was a bunch of not African Americans on here going, whoa, whoa, whoa. He's going too far.
Just real quick, Robert, I told my boss I needed a day off for a funeral the other day. I said, I'm not coming back. And she kind of looked at me and I said, have you ever been to a black funeral? And she goes, no. I go, right, I won't be back.
I'll see you on Monday.
Right. Yeah.
That's where I learned about the celebration of life.
Yes. Yes.
I mean, I know we got to answer other questions, but man, when you hang around other cultures, you really don't know people unless you spend some time in their culture.
Yep.
You know what Absolutely. I mean? You got to embrace yourself and put yourself totally in that culture. And that's the only way you can do it. That's the only way you can understand it.
You know something, Robert? I'll say this right quick. My family is so diverse that we have white people, we have Asians, and we have Navajos, all in my family.
Yeah.
So, and it's always interesting learning everybody's culture because at the core, we're all just people.
Yeah.
We all basically want the same things. It's just that people in society who are in control try and make you think that there's a difference between people.
Yes. Yes.
And it's really not. People are just people.
I don't know if you guys, I know Inner Circle members try to get on everything, but when King Charles just got oriented, you know what I mean? And Craig already brought up we used to be, or Matt brought up, we used to be in a different culture where they're just kings and queens. But it was funny. I don't know if I shared with you guys that I seen a meme and it showed Prince Charles standing up on the balcony that he does to overlook everyone. And he's going, oh my God, I got a bunch of people now that don't like, kings and queens, and they're all going to come after me. And there was a person that was like the court jester that was behind him. And he says, look out there. He said, do you see some people are having pitchforks and some people have torches? And he goes, don't worry about it. We already told the torch people that the pitchfork people were the problem. And we told the fork people that the torch people are a problem. So they're all fighting against each other. They're not going to do anything for you. They're too busy dividing and trying to destroy each other. You know, that we don't have to worry about them coming after the head guy.
Right, exactly. That's it.
That was a nice rant. Thank you.
Yes.
Love you guys.
Thank you, everybody. Wow, Dee Dee, and thank you very much for coming on in and participating as well. All right, let's go ahead and move on. For those of you watching on YouTube, please, just a reminder, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button with the bell so you get notified when we've got things going on. And then please also share this video with others. Let's help grow our amazing community. Bill Shoemaker, I see you, my friend. Go ahead and open up and please share with us.
Thank you, Craig. You are amazing. And
Hey, Bill.
hey, and thank you, John, for that. Hey, you know, when I get the question on those forms that says, what race are you? I always fill in human race. So I want to thank John. He sent me a message today on Messenger, and it was very uplifting, and he edified me. And John, I want to edify you. It's going to be exciting to watch you take off as well. So I just want to tell John that. And you, Robert, God, your vision is so amazing, and you keep sharing it, and I love it so much. How do you like my new shirt, by the way?
Beautiful. I've been missing your flowered shirts. I was gonna send you a super chat so you could get some more flowered shirts.
Do you know what it looks like?
Checkered flag from the Indianapolis 500.
There you go.
Hey!
Right. The finish line, #1, right? So, and then facing the giants, or the Eric Worre video. You know, you could tell that in this one moment, right before you killed it, you were facing the giant. You actually even stuttered a little bit. You were like, oh,
Yes.
And then boom, it just went through you. You know, so that was amazing. Had to
Thank
bring
you,
it.
Bill. I love you, man.
Too, yeah. So, God, I had so many things to say, but what I want to know, this might be a Matthew question. On Discord, I don't have access to anything below where it says from Robert Hollis. Is that the way it's supposed to be, or is it just me, or how important it is? Because I like other things that it has. It has morning routine, inspirational shares, daily videos, challenges, breakthroughs.
You can't click on it at all, Bill? What does it say when you click
but
on
it says I don't have access.
So you can't post in there, is what you're
No,
saying?
it says you do not have permission to view this message history on all those. So
I'll look into it.
yeah, so I was bringing it up because I really like it. I like it. I'd like to share some stuff on there too. So,
Yeah.
yeah. So,
I was just wondering if Matt was being one of those people where you had to say please more than once.
so that's it. Thank you. I love all you do, Robert, and everybody on here. You all are amazing. And Jodie Falcon, we have the amazing Jodie Falcon now.
Yes, absolutely.
And speaking of, I just checked her YouTube channel. She now has 50 subscribers.
Wow. Hercules.
So thank you, each and every one of you, for helping to put her over the top. And even still, if you have not subscribed, please do it. I did post the link here in the chat, in both the Zoom and the YouTube chats. So let's support Mary Martyr / Jodie Falcon, as she is right now, and soon will be Jodie Falcon. All right, Lisa Marie, your hand is still up. Are you ready? I don't know why we can't hear you. Try it. What's going on? Can you say something, Lisa? You say you're.
Can you hear me now?
Ah, there we are. Now we're going to get you.
Shoo. I need to give kudos
to Craig and to Matthew. I wanted to do that. You know, Craig has gone above and beyond more than once when there's been issues, and I thank you so much because I'd be lost, I think. And Matthew, I love, love his input. And what a addition to this. I think that's amazing.
Thank you,
Lisa, by the way, I sent you a graphic on Discord for your interview on Tuesday with my dad.
Actually, our interview is pushed back, but we are still going to do it. So thank you very much, Matt.
Yeah, no, I mean, I didn't put a date on it. It's just a thumbnail. So
Perfect. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I did, in reference to Jodie's, the 50 subscribers, I did not know that. I only just recently started doing lives, and it's kind of been a disaster, but it will improve. I know it will.
Why would you use the word disaster?
Well, because I feel like I can't do anything right. It's just like, oh my goodness, you know, but if I take a step back and I look at the big picture, it's like,
Yeah, but
you know
don't
what? Yes, you can.
just allow your heart and your ears to hear the devastating words that you're using.
You're right. You're
against
right.
yourself.
And
so-
Freddie's catching me on it all the
Yeah,
time now.
and the word can't, it's got to be eliminated from your vocabulary. It just does. You create the chaos in your life by saying it's a disaster. I can't. This is so difficult. I always have problems like this. I'm just not good at technology. You can't say that stuff and have a different result.
Right.
Does
You know,
that
and
make
every
sense?
time I say it to Fred all the time. And then I go, you know what? I gotta stop saying that. He says, yes,
Well,
you
stop
do.
saying it to us.
Right. Right. Yeah. You know what? I'm scared to death to
What?
God dang it. Oh my gosh. I used to be scared to death. Okay, is that better?
No, because you're still using the word death.
Mm,
So let's just play. Don't get struggled and just say, I'm getting better every day in every way.
I am getting better every day in every way.
And I'm so excited. I'm gonna figure all this stuff out.
It will be it is going to be amazing.
I am so excited when I figure this stuff out.
Yeah, I am
Because
too.
Lisa Marie, there's things that you figured out in life that got you to where you are. You are competent. You are smart. You are strong. You are beautiful.
I am.
You can do all things to those that believe.
Right.
See, so I constantly use words like that because I used to be a professional beat the hell out of myself person. And I would say stuff that people would look at me and go, dude. As like, I remember when I was young and it was like, yeah, you know, no, thanks. I don't want to go there. And they go, why don't you want to go to the party? Because no one likes me. You know, no one likes me and I don't really get along with people and I'm really not a people person. I'm not really a people person. People don't like me. It was a self-fulfilling prophecy. So every time I finally got the courage to go with a group of people, it was a horrible, horrible experience. Why? Because I sat in the corner all by my damn self. And my mind thought, you know, the other way. Well, why should I go over and talk to them? Why can't they come over and talk to me? Because they could feel the pig pen energy. You know, Pigpen and Peanuts, and he's walking around with his blanket, and he's got this giant black cloud around him.
Dust, yeah.
Yeah, like, man, I'm not going to go over there and start communicating with that person so they suck all the damn energy out of me.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Right. Yeah.
So I would say stuff, and it's like, I think I told you guys a story before. I had 4 girlfriends, and I married 2. And my mind always said, when they really find out who I am, they're going to leave me, just like my parents did, just like my foster parents did. And I would have people that don't understand that words can destroy you and ruin your deal. I had people that were just freaking as unaware as I am that would go, dude, man, don't say that. That's messed up.
And I stop people in their tracks for beating themselves up. But
Right.
then I still do it to myself.
Why?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, you are. Let's just be honest. It's a habit.
It is because
It's a habit.
Yeah, it is.
So you keep putting your hand on the stove and burning your hand, and then you put your hand on the stove and you burn your hand. How many people know people that every year they get sunburned? It's the sun.
Right. No,
Oh,
John,
and then
you're
what
not
do they
gonna
say
get
out of their
burned.
mouth? What do they say out of their mouth, Lisa Marie? It's like,
Yeah.
oh my God, you're sunburned. Yeah, I know. I do this every year. I do this every year. It's like, gee whiz. I always do this. It's like, you just want to punch someone in the nose. And they go, why'd you do that? Because I always punch stupid people in the nose. No, you don't. It's like, it's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It is.
So-
And you're right.
so-
It is a habit.
Yeah. So
It is.
just know that when you open up your mouth, my mentor had to teach me this, Lisa. Do you know there's a thing called intermittent windshield wipers? So back in the old days, there used to just be on and off. And when it was on,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like, now you got intermediate. He said, Robert, do you know that you can practice that from your mind to your mouth? You do not need to say the first thought you have.
Right.
Just go, okay, I'm on here live. Oh no, I'm not going to say that because Robert's going to jump all over me. Hang on. Listen, I'm getting better every day in every way. And I just wish that it would happen faster. I really wish that I didn't have to go through this struggle to make it happen.
Mhm.
And your brain and your heart's going to go, thank you, Lisa.
Right.
Thank you, Lisa. It's
Mhm.
like, you didn't whip the can out button. You didn't say that you're going to die. You didn't say that your back is killing you. You didn't say that you suck at everything and you don't know why. You do know why.
I don't suck at everything. I do. I don't.
We're just helping you out. I wanted to see if you'd correct me.
Yeah. Good one.
See, the windshield wiper thing's there.
Right.
You shouldn't start a ranch because you really don't care about animals.
I actually do. Actually, yes, I do. Yeah.
Why are you fighting me? I'm like trying to be your brain right now.
Right.
You're never going to figure this out because you're too stupid.
I will surprise the hell out of you. I will
See,
surprise the hell
no.
out of you.
So if you'll do that to me, do that to you.
Right.
Matt, do I do this? It's like my kids, man, have wanted to get in a fist fight with me. Just too big and too strong. And I'm like, stop saying that.
Right.
Man,
Matthew, when Matthew was,
have you had any thoughts like this in your life?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Like,
Then-
I mean, your number one opposition is going to be yourself. So like, at the end of the day, when you accept that and you start actually battling that bad part of your own mind with who you are, it can be like a really transcendent experience the more you meditate on it and the more you think about it. Because especially one thing that I learned in therapy that's helped me a lot is identifying that as another person and identifying yourself as your child self. So you wouldn't let someone bully your child version of yourself, would you? You'd stand up and tell them to go screw themselves, right? So if you make that person not you talking bad about you, but it's a dark figure, it's whoever it is. It could be dark Lisa Marie, evil Lisa Marie,
It's
whatever
me.
you want.
Yeah.
Right.
Like
And now they're bullying you, and you inside as a child. And you're not going to stand for that. You'd stand up for a child, especially if it was you, because a lot of us maybe didn't have that, you know? So like, I think you can remember that your mind is going to constantly repeat routines and patterns because it's a machine that you've programmed it to do, and be patient with yourself as you're working your way out of that routine, that there is going to be times that you're going to switch back. And that doesn't mean you're failing at it. It means that say you're dragging it to put it into that box and lock the key, Pandora's box or whatever you want to call it. It's going to fight going in there.
Right.
But you know, like it, and it's going to come out sometimes. Sometimes it's going to figure out the combination and get out, right? But you have to really, really take the time when you're struggling with this stuff to meditate on it or give yourself the time to process it. I think one of the number one things people make a mistake doing their mental health is that they don't sit down and allow themselves time to process the emotions or the thoughts. They try to avoid them. They try to run away from them, or it's like, nope, I'll just scroll on social media. That's easier. I'll just watch a TV episode or something that's easier instead of spending. And I'm not even kidding. It's not like you have to be a monk and spend months sitting there meditating to get the thought to go away. If you can get your mind to a state where you can just take a breath and take a couple of minutes, or give yourself an hour to process it, maybe with a journal or music. If you love music, let yourself listen to music that allows you to get into that deep part of your soul and fight that fight that dark figure off, right?
I have to give myself a little more credit, because I will.
Yes.
If I get into that situation, I will stop myself and I will go in my room or out in the garage or outside. I'll go for a hike. I will meditate.
Yeah.
And I come back a different person.
Lisa Marie, do you have children?
Yeah.
Have you ever caught them saying stuff about themselves that you said, stop that?
Yeah. Yeah, I sure
all
have.
All my children have done that.
Yeah.
No, and one thing that you said, Dad, that's really true is you do have a stream of consciousness, and it is very important not to vocalize that stream of consciousness, especially to people that are close to you, because if it's negative or bad, you can affect people and you think it sucks for you, but these people are not only watching you struggle, but you're being negative towards them because you just have all this negativity, or you have these thoughts and you're just streaming it verbally. And it's like what I've done lately, because I am this type of person that when I'm in a negative mood, I'm like, this sucks, that sucks. You know, I can't believe how many people are in line at this amusement park or whatever, right? And it can be like a domino effect. It's easier to just step away, breathe, take that moment in time to go, my consciousness is my own. I control it. I dictate where it goes. This person grabbed me and they're dragging me, and I gotta let them go. You know what I mean? I gotta let them run off in that direction and stay here, because it can become like this really, really bad pattern that all of a sudden can consume your day-to-day life. And you can be negative around a lot of things, even things that you used to be positive about, right? Like some of us have hobbies, some of us have things that we've always enjoyed. In my most negative state, I hate movies and books. I do. Can't keep my attention on them, can't process it in a way because I'm just thinking. It's like, well, these are things that I really enjoy doing for myself, right? Why is it that way? And it's like, well, it's because I let that dark passenger or whatever drag me too far in that direction.
Yep.
So just recenter yourself as often as you can.
Mm-hmm. No,
and you guys, teach yourselves to do this. And you can do it in
Yourself, Matthew.
minutes.
Yeah.
And-
Yeah, you
and
can
I
do it in
have.
minutes.
I
Right.
have. So I absolutely am getting better. I catch myself more and more often, except for when I'm on here. For some reason, I just,
Okay, it's
know
that stream
why,
of
though.
consciousness thing. Yeah.
You know that I am a safe space. You know that these people are safe space, our family, our community. This
is that it? Or am I trying to be too humble?
I have a different philosophy or a different thought of it. I think you like to be challenged, but you don't want to challenge yourself in that way. And so you bring it up on here because you want to be challenged on that thought. And so therefore, this is an area that allows you to be challenged on some of those negative thoughts. And the more you challenge yourself on those negative thoughts, the less you'll have to bring them up here. Because you'll go, nope, I got it. I don't need Robert to tell me not to think that way or not to say those things.
And
I
have
got
said
it myself.
that too. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
I think
right.
you're right, man. For sure.
And another thing for all of you, Lisa, everyone here is a family, so I can't point to one thing that is the most valuable player, you know what I mean, or the most valuable community person. But if there was a person, you would get the award all the time. And let me explain why. You just bring up stuff from your mind and your heart that other people are chicken shit to bring up.
Yeah, I do.
So when you bring that up because it bothers you and it doesn't make you feel good, and you know I'm going to do my best in a safe place to tell you I love you and appreciate you, and this is what we have to change. Everybody else is going, oh my God, there's people that I guarantee you that are on my inner circles that are on the Ask Me Anythings, and they'll never ever ask me a question because they're going, did you see what happened to Lisa Marie?
Yeah. What a thing to be loved for, right?
Right. And so, Lisa, I love you for being the MVP a lot of times. And here's one thing that I want to tell you guys that you'll really crack up. Do you know of anyone that really, really, really gets upset with traffic?
Yeah, I do.
All right. Do you know people that can make traffic situations happen even when there's not a lot of people on the freeway? Kevin's giggling a little bit. He's like, I gotta watch these idiots every day. You know what I mean? It's like I'm just gonna try to pass this truck and then cut it off. You know what I mean? Like it's not, towing 10,000, 100,000 pounds. You know what I mean? And it's like, what are you doing? What are you thinking? So there is a thing that I want to share with you, Lisa, that's sort of primitive, right? So I used to be this person. Matt has been in a car with me where I got somebody to pull over in a parking lot and someone was going to go to the hospital. You know what I mean? So Matt used to be young and get to see his dad, being a little too aggressive with road rage.
We're working on his process.
Yeah. And I know this is not right, but if you guys ever seen some idiot that passes everyone on the shoulder of the road, I'm that idiot. Okay. It's like
was. I haven't seen you do that type of stuff.
There we go. See, Matt,
it's funny. I remember certain situations with my dad where I've seen him, because I'm his son growing up, seeing him go through the process of, should I do this? And then stops himself and goes, no, what would the repercussions be for this and that? And this was one of those moments. I remember we pulled over into a parking lot and this person followed us and they had such bad road rage, they were throwing stuff at our car out the window. And so my dad was frustrated, irritated. He just wanted to beat the shit out of this person, right? But we pull over into this parking lot, and on our way there, my dad looked at my mom and said, call the police. This is where we're going. Called the police. We pulled in that parking lot. Within 2 seconds, a police car showed up, got those people out of the car. They were drinking and driving. We got to leave and go to we were doing some type of fundraiser thing. It was a Christmas fundraiser thing. But yeah, I remember that moment because I watched my dad go, I could get out of the car. We could get in a whole fight. We both could go to jail. And this was like old stuff he shared with you guys of, like, this is how I could handle the situation. And I've handled situations that way. Having that step, right? He took that step, didn't do it, did it the way. We got to go to the fundraiser, and my dad was there at the fundraiser, which was great. So, because he wouldn't have been if he would have beat the guy up.
That's
So-
awesome. That's
So
awesome.
I just wanted to share that with you guys, because then all of a sudden, thank you, Matthew. I love you, man. And then all of a sudden, what I did is I went, wait a minute. What if I put myself in a great mindset prior to driving? So about this time is when I'm working on personal development. So whether it was worship music, or I have some tracks that I listen to that are a bunch of biblical scriptures. If you guys want those, I'll post those. And what I started doing is now when I'm driving, I'm listening to Abraham Hicks, or I'm listening to, stuff that is feeding me. And I'm so focused on, wow, man, that's awesome. I can work on that. I can get better at that. I'm not speeding. I'm not cutting people off. Most time I have it on cruise, so I don't speed. It's like, because I want to be focused on bettering myself instead of trying to attract something that could mess up my day. Does that make sense? And it's like, now I'm like a master at that. So when someone brought up patience, you know what I mean, Jodie, it's like, you guys got to understand that Matt said it best. I'm a work in progress. I'm so far from perfect, it's ridiculous. But the one thing that I know is, if you guys continue to be a part of this community, you're going to see me continue moving forward. You're going to see me not react when I used to react. You're going to see me being more calming myself down and going, I'm going to figure this out. I mean,
have seen that already with you.
yeah. And so, when all of a sudden I'm learning from somebody else and they say, listen, Discord is Telegram on steroids. See, I used to be the guy that would tell people straight out, if you want to communicate with me and you don't use Facebook Messenger, I'm just not going to talk to you. I'm not going to download 20 different messenger things just because, well, what's your Instagram? I don't go to Instagram. What's your Twitter? What's your TikTok? I don't listen. I'm not going to answer my phone. It's not even here. Have you guys ever seen me answer my phone while I'm talking to you? I don't use my phone. Think it's stupid. No. Maybe people want to communicate. No, because I have a voicemail there that tells you how to connect me on Messenger. So if you want to get a hold of me, that's how you're going to get a hold of me. And then all of a sudden, I learned from another mentor, Evan Carmichael, and he's going, listen, Discord is Telegram on steroids. Well, I wouldn't have never even went to Telegram if all of a sudden a lot of people didn't start using it, and especially Josh Swagel. And so Josh Wagel's the CEO of MDC, and he's saying, listen, if you want to talk to me, you're going to do it on Telegram. Okay. And now I'm learning from people, and they're saying, oh my God, the stuff that you can do on Discord. Do you think there was one part of me, Lisa Marie, that was going, just don't want to learn Discord? Well, if you're trying to learn from a bunch of people and they all use Discord, why is the fight? Where's the fight? Where's the restriction? Where's the struggle? Where's the whole thing? Oh my God, now I'm in here and I don't know how to find anything. Oh my God, I don't even know how to post. Oh my God, why? And it's like, instead of, man, if I plug in where the most educated and top people are, if I plug into them and I get to hang around them, I'm going to get to see what they're doing. So everything that you have, you can change the thoughts and make it positive instead of negative. I get to contact strangers. I get to use Discord, because I'm usually pretty
I kind of made a game out of it, and that has helped me. You know,
great.
make a game out of it and just see how far I can get, and you know, kind of like a little competition, and that
And
has helped me.
don't forget, like Mr. Rogers says, always look for the helpers. I still got to be better at this. So you don't think there's people right now because of Discord that don't have YouTube channels dedicated to showing people how to use every damn option on Discord, plus the 1,000 that you haven't thought of yet? So whenever I'm diving in, like when we dove into Zoom and I dove into YouTube, I have to practice what I preach. Sometimes I'm in the back of YouTube and I'm, oh, where's this podcast? How do I create a podcast? I don't know how to create a podcast. Why does this have to be so difficult? Why can't I find anything? And so I'm human, Lisa. And then I go on YouTube and I go, how do I get the podcast tab to show up? How do I do a podcast? And there's a guy on there. Hey, everybody, make sure you subscribe, like, I'm going to tell you how to do this, this, and this. And it's just wham. I'm like,
That's awesome. I just have one more thing, and I will
sure.
cut it off. Craig, thank you for posting my YouTube link. Only that's the wrong one. That's not right.
Oh, okay, because that's the
It's-
picture that I saw. So what do we
you
need
know,
to?
that might have been the old one. I changed it to just Lisa Marie Cook.
Okay, let me.
There's no number at the end.
All right. Hang on while I find that, because hopefully you're not.
Thank you, Robert.
You're welcome, Lisa.
Thank you. And it will get better.
There it is. Okay, yes,
It's
I will
getting better.
change that.
It got better since we've been on here.
Absolutely. Yes. Thank you so much. I love you.
The
I
only
adore
thing
you.
I don't like about this community is my inability to hug you guys after I talk to you.
Yeah.
That's
I hugged you.
so yeah. I wish I would just give you guys a big hug, and if you had anything to cry about, I'd let you cry, and because you
I
guys
used to really be a wine baby, so I am way, way better. way better.
Matt, you did it right there. I used to be a wine baby. You know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah.
Lisa Marie, most of the stuff that makes you a wine baby, if you want to call that, is usually you're always doing it through joy, though. You get overwhelmed with just how wonderful your life is, and then you whine.
I am blessed. You know, I am very, very fortunate. And so thank you. Yeah.
Thank you, Lisa Marie. I love you. Tell
I love
Freddie.
you. I
Tell
will.
Freddie
Lisa Marie, thank you. And I did post the corrected YouTube channel. I don't know what you can do about the other one. So yeah. So we'll, at least now people are aware that it's youtube.com/@ Lisa Marie Cook.
6,800 views. Nice.
Ooh. Okay. Hey, keep it going. Keep it going. That's the whole idea.
Hercules.
All right. I see that Karen Owens has her hand raised. Karen,
Okay.
yes, go ahead. Wave at us. There you go. All right. Karen, please open up and share with us.
Hello, everybody. Do you hear me?
Hi, Karen. How are you? We can hear you perfectly.
Okay, great. I don't have to mess with these headsets. Well, so excited to be part of this community. You all become such a family. And absolutely, this last week, the person who brought me into MDC, who also has dachshunds, so that's why we've been friends for a while, but she didn't really ever do anything with it, but she introduced me to my mentor and my sponsor, who's in my line of sponsorship, who also left MDC this past week for another company.
Okay.
And so I know you said to Vernay, and I've always felt that you've adopted me since I joined the community. And so
Yes.
when I called my doxy friend, I said, gosh, so-and-so left, gosh, and you're not really doing anything. No. I said, well, I'm very happy where I'm at. And she says, oh, that's so wonderful, Karen. It's supposed to be that way. I said,
Yeah.
you're absolutely right.
I
So,
love you, man.
Very good news. Very good news.
Yeah, if network marketing has anything I'm not aware of, let me say aware. I know there's different things that people can do and whatever. I personally, Robert Hollis, am not aware of a business model where I can help other people dream and make them come true, and I get compensated for it. I don't think I've ever said that ever. So if someone could share with me a business model where I get to connect with strangers and help their dreams come true. Because me and Matt goofed around with AI and put in how I want to make $1 million as fast as I possibly can. What should I do? And it said create an illegal pyramid scheme. That's what AI said. And I went, okay, I don't want to go to prison and I want to help people. But isn't it funny that, yeah, you can hurt people and make money? We know a lot of companies that do that, a lot of people that do that. And so I would say that I'm an expert in this industry, and I'm not aware of right now of a better company with a better trajectory.
No, absolutely. And I'm one that came into network marketing through my parents. Now I'm 72. I don't care about throwing my age out there. You're just a baby, Robert, at 61, and John and you guys. Love you guys. But I mean, my parents were doing network marketing when it was in Minnesota. It was the Amway thing, and then Shackley, but they were drawing the circles and everything. I mean, I was totally into it. As a high school, I read old letters that I'd sent to my grandmother saying, Grandma, I'm just sold some cosmetics. I'm 17. I just made $5 towards buying a pair of shoes. I mean, and that was literally how I ended up going through college. I was selling some cosmetics. I was working little jobs in the office and stuff like that. But when I did not get a teaching job, leaving 4 years bachelor's degree, Maryland, the DC area, I helped my parents at their Shackley booth at a state fair in Gaithersburg, Maryland, huge county, Montgomery County. And there happened to be an Army recruiter at the end of that building.
Wow.
And at that time, we still had Women's Army Corps, and she was dressed in the cute little cord summer uniform, and Army recruiter was there. And they said, well, have you ever thought about going in the Army? I said, I'm applied all over Maryland for a teaching job. Nothing's happening. This is 1973. And I said, I'm not going to, I was 22.
Okay.
So it was after 4 years college. And yeah, so they opened up all these positions for women in that time frame, early 70s. And they had opened up a lot of intelligence jobs. And they said, well, here's this gal, and we met and everything. And she's going to Monterey, California to the language school. And would you like to try for that job?
Wow.
I'm going, gosh, I barely passed French for 3 years, but if it's Monterey, California. So to your story about taking the test, you talked about taking the driver's test. You said, boys, if you fail the first time, don't worry about it. You know the questions.
Yeah.
I had to go take the qualification test in Baltimore. Of course, we know Josh, Jenna, Baltimore. I mean, all this stuff connects. But the first time to qualify to be even considered for language school and enlisted in the Army, I missed it like 2 or 3 points for the qualification. And I was devastated.
Right.
I said, I'm still on my parents' couch, waiting and wondering, nothing's coming in with teaching jobs or anything. And he says, well, you have 30 days to retake the test. Just calm yourself down. You'll be okay. You already know. And so I psyched myself up and I got in. I passed the test, passed the weight test, passed everything. But you never know what you don't know.
Right.
So I'm a very open person, but I'm really thankful to be with this community. And I'm following the breakthroughs that people are doing. I have my own breakthroughs in my 70s that I'm working on, but this has done so much for me in a positive way. I just want to share that.
Thank you. Thank you, Karen. I love you. How many years did you serve in the military?
Well, it ended up being 34 years total.
Wow.
I enlisted for 4, and I had an officer in charge that said, well, we're putting in women in direct commissions. You already had your college degree. Why don't you put in for it? I was in Korea. I put in for it. I was direct commission selected as an officer. I served that for another 7 years, 8 years. Then I got out. I became a reservist and I became a government civilian, and I tied it all together in a stream of 33 years. I said, I'm Susie Civilian with green blood to this day. And that's really my life. It was just tremendous.
Thank you so much for your service. Thank you.
Oh,
so
you're
much
quite
for your
welcome.
service.
You're quite welcome. So MDC
Well, love
is just
you,
an
Karen.
extension.
Thank you so much for saying those kind words. You made my day.
And MDC as an extension of my love for people, for travel, for cultures. And this is what is keep fully retired now, 16 years. Me and my hubby and my dog and all this stuff. But I've always had an adventuresome spirit, and I'm really reconnecting with that same spirit that I felt as that girl at 22 going in the Army.
Amen, man. We're going to change a lot of people's lives. Thank you, Karen. Love ya.
All right. Bye, you guys.
Okay.
Thank you
Bye-bye.
so much.
You bet. Yeah, it's one of the things I want to share with you guys about people leaving companies. It is so bizarre that we try to put things into a little space, right? And what I mean by that is that, does anybody know of anyone that got a divorce? It's weird, isn't it? It's like all of a sudden, wow, I wonder why they got a divorce. I wonder why they left the company. You know what I mean? I wonder why they did that. And it's such an individual situation. And people always ask me, why would someone leave something? Why would someone quit a job? Why would someone move to another company? Why would someone join the military? If people would just realize that every one of us is so extremely unique, that when people do things, good or bad, it's still compare-itis. It's still compare-itis. So if someone got divorced, it doesn't mean that maybe marriage is not good. If someone decided not to have children, it doesn't mean having children is bad. If some people decide never to do online marketing, it doesn't mean that online marketing's bad. The more that you can do, like the book says, and just be unique, embrace your uniqueness, as Jodie said, the more you realize how uniquely different you are than anybody else, you will no longer need to take that class. I wonder why that person did this. I wonder why that person did this. If I were you, I wouldn't take that class. So people reach out to me all the time when some people do stuff. Oh my God, the big buzz all over the world for about 3 or 4 days is Jessie Lee Ward said, enough's enough. I'm making a change in my life. And everyone's going, she's not leaving Prove It, is she? You know what I mean? So the buzz was all over the place that Jessie Lee Ward, as the top distributor, Prove It, was leaving. And then you find out that the corporate office offered her a vice president job to basically do the training for the entire company. But everyone thought she was leaving. She says, there's things in my life where now I need to change. I need to change. Oh my God, if she's going to change, she's got to be leaving Prove It and going someplace else. It's just these thoughts that we have in our mind that we always try to judge people and label people based off our experience when we're not like them. Don't you guys find this very interesting? Oh, I'd never do that. I would never do that. That's wrong. There's so much stuff that we do in our mind that if we don't understand it, it's stupid. You know what I mean? If someone does something that we wouldn't do, they're an idiot. What's that funny thing is I laugh with Terry all the time because I don't know if you guys will disagree with this, but my wife's the best driver in the world. And if you don't believe me, just ask her. You know what I mean? And so the deal is she's definitely got to work on the road rage, but I don't want her to in a way because I'm the passenger and I get entertained the entire time she's driving. You know what I mean? I just look over and I'm just like laughing. It's like, get the hell out of the way. Why do people got to drive like this? What is wrong with them? So everyone that's in her way is, I won't even say what she says they are, right? Yeah, right. And then if someone passes her, they're an idiot. So there's only one good driver on the road. See, the rest of them are driving slower than her, and they just need to get the hell out of the way. And then the people that pass her are idiots. See what I mean? So there's only one. So I don't know if you guys can resonate with that, but because she's the best driver in the world, if I'm driving, there's a lot of constructive criticism that's going on. So I just made the decision that she drives everywhere. You know what I mean? And if we're traveling a long distance, I'm by myself. I'm usually in the Escalade pulling a trailer, and she's in her deal doing her perfect driving deal. So I hope you guys laugh at that because we are individuals. And just ask yourself when you say, I wonder why that person's doing that. Why would they leave? Why aren't you asking yourself, well, John Hermosa was the #1 rep in Valentis and he came to MDC. Why did he come to MDC? Why did Robert Hollis come to MDC? Why did Jefferson Santos come to MDC? Why did John Malott come to MDC? Are you guys getting, it's funny how fast it's either or, right? We're always, why did they leave instead of going, I wonder why all these network marketing companies and their top distributors are coming over here. Isn't that the fast way to change that mindset? So when someone says, oh my God, did you see so-and-so left? Just go, oh my God, did you see so-and-so just came over here? Because the people that are coming over here are just a little bit more productive than the people that are leaving. When you see people that are in the Hall of Fame and you see people that are on the list of the top people with the lifetime earnings, right? It's like that's a little different than someone that never ever figured out how to hit 50K. Right? So sometimes we got to look at reflections and seeing what we're doing. So I just know everyone's on their own journey. So anyone that leaves a company, I just wish them happiness. I don't unfriend them. I don't unblock them. I hope whatever they're looking for that they find, like the girlfriends that dump me. I've never broken up with anybody. Everyone just leaves me. All right. I love each and every one of you. We're going to turn this over to Craig to let him call it out. Thank you, every one of you. I love you. Matt, thanks so much for the incredible insight. I love and appreciate you. And Craig, again, thank you for being the hostess with the mostest.
Bless you, Robert. Thank you. And yes, I normally give Matt the props after, but I'm going to give it to him right now because Matthew, without you, this would not be possible. Thank you so very, very much. Before we wrap up, first of all, those of you watching on YouTube, please go ahead and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and the little bell that goes with that so you're up to date when we do these kinds of videos or other videos that will come up again and again and again. We'd love to have you with us. If you want to join us as part of our inner circle, go to roberthollis.com/join. And that link is also down here in the chat in the YouTube video. Those of you watching here on YouTube or on Zoom, just go there, roberthollis.com/join. Become part of the inner circle. Lots of great things we are planning for in the future, and we want you to be a part of it. Want to give up shout to the people who donated during our broadcast. Corky Kinter, Bill Shoemaker, Rachelle, Volk, Jodie, Falcon, thank you so much. All of the money that you donate will go to charity, and all you got to do is click on that $ button at the bottom. If you're watching us on YouTube, we appreciate you and we love you for that. And also the people who participated in today's AMA. Jodie Falcon, John Tier, Bill Shoemaker, Lisa Marie Cook, Dee Dee Aston, because she chimed in. Dee Dee, thank you. And Karen Owens. Wow, this is what makes this community. Each and every one of you participating. And with that, with you participating, sharing, and growing, this will become gooder and gooder every single day. So, until next time, please be good to yourself, be cash. Bye-bye. I'm going to go ahead and unmute so that everybody can say
Thank you.
good night.
Thank you. Love you all.
Thank you, everybody.
Have a great weekend.
Thanks, Bill.
All right.
Bye. Nice talking to
Greg, thanks, Dad.
everybody.
Lisa,
Y'all have a
Love you
great
all.
weekend.
Thank
You, everybody that asked
Yeah.
questions and everybody
Okay.
that
Kevin,
showed
thank you
up.
very much,
Bye.
Kevin and Kevin.
Have a good weekend.
Donna, thank you, Dee Dee. Thank you, Mike. Hi, Diane. How are you? Beautiful dress.
Thank you
Beautiful
very
dress.
much, Robert. Thank you very much for everything.
You bet. Thank you, Karen. Thank you, Deborah, Mary, John, Kai, the man. Appreciate you, Kai. You're always on here. Love your support. Thank you, Jodie. Thank you, Jody. Thank you, Daniel. Thank you, Randy.
Robert, thank you.
You bet, brother. I appreciate you, man.